What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another Calibria Crystal Guardians video. As you guys can see, we are back on Godfather Brad's account. As you know, recently Godfather Brad won the random giveaway, which it couldn't have went to a better person. I will get into that in a second. We've also done a bunch of videos on Godfather Brad's account because he's been with me since probably the first week I started YouTube. And we've done a bunch of summoning videos and other stuff. So today we're going to be spending the $50. And we're going to be building him a stable lair team because I went over his account and he wanted an account review as well. And from what I could see, he just needs a stable lair team so we can really start farming, Kalinite and better conflict runes. But I just want to say before we get into this that Godfather Brad, his first reaction to winning this giveaway was to give the prize to somebody else. And I'm not saying this to make anybody salty or anything. I'm just saying this to show you what type of person Godfather Brad is, that his first reaction was to give the prize to somebody else because he says that he supports me whether he wins giveaways or not. He's not here for the giveaways. He's here to support Spaceballs, which is absolutely amazing. Godfather Brad, thank you so much. You really are an amazing, genuine person, and I just cannot thank you enough for it. And I'm not saying this to make anybody salty. I'm just saying it because he's just such an amazing person. But Godfather Brad, you can't stop me. You won. You're getting the $50 on your account, whether you want it or not. Kicking or screaming, you're getting the $50. So with no further ado, guys, let's get into the video. So earlier today, probably like 6 hours ago, this pack came into the game, and until this pack came into the game, I had my mind fully made up on what pack I was gonna buy Godfather Brad. So this made me think a little bit, but I still decided on a different one because it does have 6 heroic runes, a skill cat, a legendary summon, some Kalinite, some gems, and 5 mystical summons. But at the end of the day, these runes are RNG based. Even though he could use some runes, you could end up getting unless you're buying the legendary ones, the heroic ones, you can really end up getting, shafted. So I don't want this pack to be based off of RNG. And it just so happens that he has this growth plan pack left, which I was shocked that it was still available. So I believe, when you look at this pack here, 1600 gems, 1600 gems, 800, 500, 300, 200, 2 skill cats, and 2 LD summons. I should have asked Godfather Brad if we could do the LD summons. I totally forgot. But maybe he'll let us do them in the future in a different summoning video or something like that. But I just feel like, he only has 1,000 gems. He has a little Kalinite. I just feel like this pack overall, the value of it is going to help him so much more, gem wise and just, everything else wise. So this is the pack we're going to go with for Godfather Brad because I feel like this is the best pack for $50 that you could spend, or we could spend the money on. But this is the pack we're going to buy. I'm going to pause it because for some reason lately it's been showing my email, and I know last time it didn't, but for some reason when I do it on, it just depends. It just depends. Sometimes it shows my email, sometimes it doesn't. So I don't want to show my email. So I'm going to pause it and I will be right back. And poof, we're back. Okay, we bought it. Now if he would have won 100, we could have bought him the sacred pack. No, I'm only kidding. maybe when we hit 1,000 subs, you never know. I might do a $100 giveaway. I know we're going to do a special stream and we're going to be doing a bunch of giveaways on that stream. And you never know. So stay tuned, guys, and stay subbed, stay liking, and stay commenting. And you never know what you can win on this channel. So yeah, so that's it for that part of it. I don't think I'm going to collect anything. I'm just going to leave it in his... It's got 98 days. I'm just going to leave it in his box. I'm going to let him sign in and see all of that good stuff in his box. But once again, Godfather Brad, thank you so much for all the support. You deserved it, and that's why I gave it to you and insisted on giving it to you. Not that I wouldn't mind, repicking, a winner and giving it to somebody else. I had no problem with that. It's just that you deserve it. Your account needs it, so accept it and just know that I appreciate you. So now let's get into the account review part for Godfather Brad. So what I was going over was his lair team. He's pretty much got the same lair team as Spaceballs, which most people do that I do these account reviews for. The only thing I'm noticing is this Holy Swordman is not quite built yet. which is fine. So we can just add something else in there. We can either add Athena or something. We'll mess around with some teams and see what works best. Doesn't have like the greatest runes. I'm just trying to see the runes situation. I know he is farming. Well, I'm not sure how steady or stable his team is or anything like that. We could probably get some runes on this. I don't know if he has enough to evolve it though. He's a little short. Yeah, he's a little short on evolving it. And we would need him evolved. So we'll save those runes. Maybe we'll throw those runes on something else. Let's check his Bone King. That was Bone King. The crit rate's a little low. Let's see if we can... Just real quick. I'm not going to do too much reruning here. I just want to make some quick adjustments. Yeah, so this rune's definitely better than that rune. That gives him a little more crit rate, a little more speed. Do we have in a better slot too? Bone King just mostly needs crit damage more than anything. So it looks like that's pretty much it for the slot 2. It says hit and crit damage. It says he doesn't... I'm not really worried too much about the hit percentage. I guess that's gonna... Should still be able to slide by with this as it is without really changing too much. Because he's got a good front line. You know, he's got the steady front line, which is really all that matters. As long as you have good protection, your back line should be fine. And we can always throw... Okay, so we're going to have to ruin Una. And we can always throw like an Elven Queen or an Athena, something in the back line for extra support. It's going to be a little bit slower, yes. But once he builds the Holy Swordsman, he can switch whatever that is in the back line out and then put the Holy Swordsman in, which I'm sure that's what he's working on. Maybe he was lacking gems. Now you have plenty of gems, godfatherbrad. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we got some agile runes. Normally I pause for this, but I don't think we have to do too much here. Okay, this is perfect. What do we have on slot 6? We have HP, so we want defense if we can. On slot 4, so there's defense, defense, HP, hit percentage. That's good because we want some hit percentage. Let's see if we can get a conflict rune. Be excellent. Do want some hit percentage for the attack down. I mean, it's not that important. Yeah, this one's good. I mean, the other ones have speed. That is speed, but I'd rather go with one that has hit percentage. Just to be safe. And this has defense. And I feel like she's fast enough. Yeah, she's 176. Let's see if we were to throw her. Yeah, so she'd be faster than Athena, which is good because we want her to move first. And it just comes down to lacking Kalinite, but the more you farm lair, the more Kalinite you're going to get. Trust Spaceballs on that, because for like the first month, I made that mistake of only farming C12, and like 2 weeks into farming lair, I had so much Kalinite, I didn't know what to do with it, and it's the truth. Now, like, all my good runes are upgraded. So that's one word of advice I can give you guys. Like, if you're low on Kalinite like this, just farm lair. Trust me, just farm lair to death. Once you sell those runes and grinds, you're going to have so much Kalinite, you are not going to know what to do with it. See if he has any skill ups in his box for Una. And you have another Holy Swordsman. You actually have 2 Holy Swordsmans here. You can use those for Sanctify. I don't know if you have them Sanctify. Let's see. Yes, you do. Increase attack by 50%. Increase damage 30% when attacking an enemy with less than... So this can be good either way. I like, personally, godfatherbrad for me. For lair, I like this one. Because it boosts the crit damage even more. But this one could be good too, because I guess once he goes 50%. But the only thing is, I mean, I guess you can go either way with it. just know personally, let's do 1-1. See the difference. I usually go with this one. Personally, I like Brave. I mean, scoring could work too. But I feel like this one you might get more value out of because every time he hits you, you're going to lose HP, which is going to give you that, that extra damage. And scoring, you're not going to get that until he's 50%, less. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it makes up in the end. I'm not sure. So let's do 1-1 and see how it works out. We do have Bone King. He's going in. Again, I'm not trying to do too much upgrade. I'm trying to leave the runes kind of like this. So you guys can see that even with not the best runes, you can still, run lair stably, no problem. So let's see what we got here so far. Do some test runs. I did one run on the guard, so let's do another one. Hold on 1 second. Let me let my dog in. He's going to start scratching. And poof, we're back. Okay. Baby is now in the room. So we got that bulldog luck. It's funny, he hasn't been... I've done about 4 account reviews. This is like my 5th account review. So I've been at the grind today, guys. I've been grinding like crazy, trying to get these account reviews done for you guys. So I've been at it all morning. It's almost 8 o'clock. I've been doing this since I started recording about 3 o'clock. So that gives you kind of an idea. Straight through the night into the morning. So we got Druid. We got Una. Probably going to use Una lead most likely. We got our 2 Holy Swordsmen. I always like to use double DPS in guard stages. And what are we missing? I think I would know building this team a gajillion times. Let's just make sure everything has the right skills so we don't have any Spaceballs epic fail moments, as we always do. Luna's almost fully skilled up. This is Jungle Heart. Now we know. I hate when it does that. Now we know she's the most important. We want all allies, not one ally. I learned my lesson on that one. So yeah, I think this is good. Just show you guys everything so you guys can see the runes. You guys can see the overall stats anyways. I mean, he's got low attack. For me personally, Godfather Brad in the future, I like to go with higher attack than crit damage on my Holy Swordsmen. But again, it shouldn't make a difference, but it's up to you. And you do not need this much crit rate. You can go down to, I like 40%. I know 36% is the golden number, but I like to do like 40, 45, but 62, you definitely do not need 62%. So just keep that in mind. You could definitely lower that down and probably get more attack or crit damage somewhere in there. It's like this one. This one's got a good attack, but he's lacking crit rate, but he's close enough. I mean, he's 10% short, but he's close enough. I love this guy because you guys can see like that his runes are not top of the line runes. They're just runes that are thrown on here. So this will be a good, I know I've been putting up a lot of lair content lately, but I am working on my Hydra stuff. I've been building that team on the side. So after I put up all these account reviews for like the next couple of days, the content after that will be Hydra. I promise, guys, the next thing we're going to do is a free-to-play Hydra team. After I put up these 6 account reviews, I have to spread them out a little bit. I can't just throw up, like, between all the editing and thumbnails, I can't just throw up 6 videos in one day. I wish I could. Summoning videos is a little bit easier because it's not as much editing and the thumbnails are pretty much the same. Or I keep them the same just because it's easier to put up, a bunch of videos at one time. But when it comes to account reviews, it's a little more complicated. So pretty much after I get these account reviews up, we still have like 6 more to go. So anybody else that's still waiting, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best to do as many as I can. But now I have to spread them out. So I won't be able to do any more for like 4 days. Once I get these up, then I can do the next 6. But usually what happens is, that actually went very well. But usually what happens is I'll get another 6. So we'll go, from 6 back up to 12. Which is totally fine, guys. Don't worry. I don't mind doing it. As you know, Spaceballs loves you guys. I love to help you guys. I feel like I'm getting my 2nd win right now. Burst of energy. Alright, now let's see what we're going to do for the boss. Everybody always asks me, why do I use the same front line? I just love this front line because it's so consistent and safe. And you know it's going to work. And that's why I like to recommend it, because I know it's going to work. And I don't have to worry, you know, about recommending a front line that's not going to be, you know, 100% successful. Usually with this team, the biggest problem people have is DPS, like not having enough DPS, lacking DPS. And I think that's a good problem to have when it comes, you know, to your lair team. Because like if your supports are messed up, or you don't have the right supports with the right skills, that can cause you a lot more confusion than just worrying about getting more DPS on your lair team. I'm not sure how we're going to do this. I'm not sure how Godfather Brad is running it now. I looked at his Cybers. I don't think he's running Cybers because the runes just aren't quite there yet. Same with Shadow Wolf. Because either one of these would work fine. So Godfather Brad, until you get the Holy Swordsman build up, you could use either one of these wolves. Might even be able to put the pirate in there. Let's see his runes. Nah, he doesn't have enough HP. He's gonna die too fast. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try Athena. I like to use Athena in these teams too because she's free to play friendly. And a lot of people always ask me, like, you know, what can I use my Athena for? So lair is a great place for her. Guild Wars is a great place for her. Vapor is a great place for her. I mean, you could pretty much insert her into like almost any team, and she's gonna do well. Like, she's just got that kit, like that all-around kit, that she'll do well in almost any team. You know, between the defense up, the immunity up, you know, the bring all the teammates into one attack, and then she's got a revive, and she's just got so much utility. I feel like Athena is actually very underrated. And maybe it's because she is a free-to-play monster, so a lot of people are like, oh, she's free-to-play, she's not that good. But I definitely disagree with that. I think she's amazing. I totally forgot to check the Bone King's second skill. I'm pretty sure it's on the right skill, but I want to check to make sure after this run. But this looks like this is going to work perfectly. I'm not necessarily sure Godfather Brad needed a stable lair team, but I did move a lot of runes around before the video, just, you know, to get things a little more in order. And I just felt like this is what he should be grinding, so this is what I went with, because I feel like where he is in the game, lair should be his #1 priority. And his Una wasn't ruined, so we ruined Una. He might have been using Elven Queen. I'm not sure. I just always go with the team that I would use. Spaceballs would use. You guys know that by now. Godfather Brad just kicked us off. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. And poof, we're back. I was thinking about it, I was going to edit that out, but you know what? I'm not going to edit it out. He made a mistake. He accidentally opened his game. And I mean, he opened like his phone, and I guess he clicked the game to maybe go on like his second account or something. And he accidentally signed in, which kicked us out of the lair run, which is really not a big deal. So I was going to edit all of it out, but you know what? It's really not a big deal. So let's try this again, guys. Here we go. Round 2. Let's see what we got. The team was doing fine. Anyways, we don't need to, you know, do a gajillion runs. We do this all the time. I'm just trying to build him a stable lair team. We bought him his pack. Now he probably just woke up and he wants to play, so we'll make this as quick as possible. We'll do a couple of runs and we will call it a video, because if you go down to my channel and you look through my videos, I have so much lair content. Like, I've covered so much lair stuff. You guys should be good to go as far as lair goes. There's just so many videos that can help you, so just check them out if you're having issues with lair, and you should have issues no more. So like I was saying before, after we get up all of these account reviews, the next thing I'm going to work on is Hydra. My team is pretty much ready. I just have to have the time to be able to put up the video, and it is free to play friendly for the most part. It does have 2 LD 3 stars, but I believe that's pretty free to play as far as Hydra goes if you're going to try to stay under that 2-minute mark. I have other teams that are a little bit longer that I will show as well, but it's really going to depend on what you have in your box and how free to play you actually are, so it's really going to be up to you. Now, Brad, as far as this team goes, the only thing I'm going to say here is what you want to do in the future is you want to get your third Holy Swordsman built, ready to go, high DPS. Then what you're going to do is, after you get your third Holy Swordsman evolved, built, ruined, level 40, you're going to take Athena and you're going to put her in the front line and you're going to take out the Druid. Just make sure all your runes are upgraded and all your DPS monsters are full DPS. You know, the slot 2, 4, and 6. Because before you can take Jungle Heart out, you have to make sure you're doing enough damage. So in the beginning, you might have to just switch Athena for the Holy Swordsman. And then if you put Athena in the front line instead of Jungle Heart and you're not passing, it just means you don't have enough damage yet. So just keep Jungle Heart in the front line until you have enough damage. And once you have enough damage, you'll be able to take Jungle Heart out of this team for Athena. So that is your end goal. If you look down, I think we built the same team for Lake. I think I have the same. I made a video on my team, which is the same team as well. But the only way you can run that team is if you have enough damage in your back line. So you just need to make sure everything is, you know, high enough damage. So if you're doing the run and it's failing, it's only because you don't have enough damage. So you have to keep Jungle Heart until you have enough damage, because eventually you won't need the heal anymore. And you need to upgrade Una's runes. As you can see, she's taking a lot of damage because she doesn't have a lot of defense on her. I kind of just threw whatever you had on her at the time. I'm sure you know your account better than Spaceballs knows it. So you'll be able to, you know, find better runes and move stuff around. I don't like to switch too much stuff and move stuff around because I don't like to confuse you guys. Because it can get confusing if I just start moving stuff and, you know, putting random stuff over here and over there. So I try to keep it as, you know, I don't even know the word for it, but I try to keep it as, you know, easy as possible. And I try not to, you know, ruffle through your account, you know, too much without driving you guys nuts and insane. So let's run it one more time. And then I'm going to show you all the skills and runes one more time just to make sure, because, you know, Spaceball's an epic fail. And we did the Master Teo spotlight and I showed everything but his skills. I don't understand, like, it's so funny too, because I was clicking everything, and then the only thing I don't click is the Master Teo. I mean, I showed him in the beginning, and I thought I showed his skills, but apparently I didn't. But he's on default anyways, guys. Just so you know, if you use Master Teo in Lair, you want his default skills. The skills that he's summoned with, those are the skills you want to use. So just keep that in mind. Also, another thing I want to go over, I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but as far as doing Guild Wars, Arena, Inferno, closing the game out is, they don't want it. Like, it's not supposed to be in the game. Some people will say it's in the game so you can use it, but CCG and everybody has made it clear that if you're doing this, it's considered cheating and you will be banned for it. They actually added something in the game recently that if you do it, it gives you a warning, and then if you do it again, your account will be permanently banned. So guys, make sure if you were doing this, stop now. Don't ever do it again, because you don't want your account to be at risk, especially if you put a bunch of time into your account and money. You don't want to, you know, worry about your account being, you know, banned or getting a warning or anything like that. So just make sure, guys, just don't do it. Not even make sure, just don't do it. Just don't do it. It was never supposed to be in the game. I guess it was a mistake. Maybe there was like a mistake in the coding, because sometimes like there could be like a wrong comma or something, and maybe they just couldn't figure out how to take it out of the game. So whatever the reasons was, it was in the game, but it wasn't supposed to be. And for the past month or so, I meant to end this. We'll do one more run. CCG has made it very clear that it's not supposed to be in the game. They don't want it in the game. And if you're doing it, to stop doing it, that you're exploiting something that they don't want you to do. Because even if you think about it, like, if you think about it, guys, if you're in a guild war and you're playing a team and you're about to lose, you know, your 4 monsters, and you close the game out, and you get to keep all of your monsters, or you get the win, they get the loss. How is that fair? Like, think about that. It feels like, it's not right. You shouldn't do that to begin with. Maybe like in arena, I mean, you could justify it a little bit. I would never do it personally. I've never done it before. I've never done it once before. I've seen a bunch of people doing it. I've never ever done it myself. But I just, again, like, for me personally, just don't do it, guys. End of discussion. Just don't do it. Do not close out your game. They are onto it. They are sending out warnings and bans. So just don't do it. And I'm actually happy that they're sending warnings out, because when they were banned people for like the auto clicking, they didn't send out a warning. They just got banned. So at least this time they're being a little bit more nicer about it, and they're actually sending you a warning before they just ban your account. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just don't do it. It's not right. It's not fair, especially in Guild Wars, because, when your monsters die, they should be dead. You shouldn't be able to, to keep using them, even if the game lets you do it or not, especially when they made it clear that it is not supposed to be in the game. And right after this run, there's one more thing I want to go over that's in the game that is fair. And I did say this in my Inferno video once. I mean, I don't use it myself personally because it makes the game a little boring, because it just makes the game so easy. But I will show you guys here really fast, and I'll go over this in another video on my own account. Just a few things I wanted to go over with you guys that I forgot to say in my other videos, and Godfather Brad's account is the perfect account to do it on. So here in the arena, guys, and in Inferno as well, when you go into a duel, and this is not considered cheating, I asked them to make sure, because I didn't want to say anything about this or promote this, because I don't use this myself, because you can click here and you can see their stats. You can see their skills and their stats. So whatever their stats are, it's like his Celine is super slow. You can see how fast his Elven Queen is. Elven Queen is 205. You can see the skills that he's using. He's not using the speed boost. And you can do the same thing in Inferno. Now, before I share this with you guys, I made sure that I asked in, the Calibria Discord if this was allowed. And as far as I know, people, like, in the first 2 weeks of playing, like when the game first came out, people had said stuff. They pretty much said that, I guess they're leaving it, so it's in the game and it's not going anywhere anytime soon, from my understanding. So this is totally fine. Again, it might make the game a little boring for you, especially if you're late game and you have a bunch of monsters. But here you can just click and you see, now you can see his Enchantress is 192. You can see what skills are on it. Same thing with the Archmage, 151. Same thing, the Elven Queen, 241. Okay, you guys get my point. You can see the skills and the stats. You can see she's got 5,000 plus attack. Now, I just want to make it clear, Spaceballs does not do this. It's not because I think it's cheating or anything like that. It's just because it makes the game boring. I think it's so much more fun to be able to, go into the fight and not know the stats, and, send a dummy monster in if you want to check immunity. But that's like the only thing that I do, is if I want to check for immunity. Other than that, I don't check the stats. I only check for immunity only. But it's up to you guys. If you want to do it, great. If not, there's nothing wrong with it. So I figured I would show you. Godfather Brad, you're close to beating this. Should we beat this for you, Godfather Brad? I don't think you can outspeed it. That's probably your issue. I don't know how fast you're. You're definitely slower, I think. Unless his team has me to know. This is 241 with the speed lead. Yeah, no, you should actually be faster. Your Enchantress should be faster. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm not gonna mess with it because I don't want to mess you up. I'm pretty sure you're faster, Godfather Brad. When you see this video, use your speed team. I think you're faster. I think you're gonna outspeed. Unless they have immunity or something, you checked and they had immunity. All right, we're gonna end this one, but really quick before we end this one, I know all our videos have been so long lately, but I get carried away. I love helping you guys. I love talking with you guys. I just love it, and I just have so much fun doing it. So let's just go back into the lair setup, so I can show you all the runes and skills, so you guys can see that I always like to show the stuff when I do this so you guys can see, you know, that you don't need, you know, end game, late game runes to do this layers content. It's not necessary. And always make sure on the golem, guys, you have him as slow as possible. The less speed on your golem, the better. You want him to take the least amount of turns as possible. His golem is actually ruined very well. And that's actually, I would say, the most important thing on your front line. The more HP you have on your golem, the more of a chance you're going to have to survive. So I think the golem is actually one of the most important things on your early game layer team. So just remember that. As more HP, the more protection you're going to have overall, and the less speed. You want as less speed as possible. Now, if you look at Una here, she's pretty much just got, I just chucked runes on her. This is actually a good rune for her because it's got hit percentage and defense. Again, defense, hit percentage, HP. And then HP slot 6. Again, nothing too crazy, guys. Nothing too crazy. Jungle Heart, you don't need a lot of speed on her. It's not important. Eventually, once you start doing enough damage, you're going to get rid of the Jungle Heart anyways. Let me just show the skills. Even though I have millions of videos with this stuff, I still want to show you guys. Just in case anybody is new to the channel. And if you're new, feel free to sub, drop a like, maybe comment. Maybe you have something you want to ask Spaceballs. Druid. Again, just stuff we just drew on him. Holy Swordsman, I think I showed you already. And he has them sanctified with Sworn. You can also use Brave. I like Brave personally because it gives you damage through the whole fight instead of just in the middle of the fight. But that's just my personal opinion. Maybe the other one does more damage. Who knows? I never used it. I'm going to test it out now for sure. On my own time. But as you can see, even the Holy Swordsman here, he doesn't, none of his runes are powered up. Well, slot 2 and a slot 5. But a slot 2, 4, and 6. And like I always tell you guys, that's the most important thing on your lair team is your slot 2, 4, and 6. So as long as you have that powered up, you should be good to go. I hate when I click them and they don't go. Okay. Godfatherbrad, try to get some, now that you got some extra skill cats, and I know you have a bunch of skill cats. I'm going to show you guys where he's hoarding all of his skill cats in 1 second. I think I clicked these already. Let's just do it again. Because you definitely want that passive skilled up. Like, you're going to do so much more damage, Godfatherbrad, when you get that passive fully skilled out. So you want to do that as soon as possible. And Athena's always the same. We got her moving after Una. We got Una moving and then her. That's the best order because then Una puts out the attack buff. But you also can have Athena move the fastest. She works either way. Doesn't matter either way. I just want to show you something real quick before we close this out. He hoards his skill cats. You thought I was going to say Devilmon, didn't you? But I didn't. You thought I was going to. This man hoards his skill cats. You see? He hoards them. And you just unlock Zeus too. Zeus is an amazing damage dealer. I love my Zeus. In the beginning, I wanted to feed him away, but I was going to feed him to my Loki, but I'm so happy I changed my mind on that. And I don't think you could pull a Zeus. Alright, so you collected that one, which is good. But you're not hoarding as many as you used to. Oh, but you are. So here we go. So what you want to do, Godfatherbrad, collect these skill cats and skill up your Bone King. This skill right here is going to help you out so much to get this to 100%. You're going to do so much more damage. So definitely do that ASAP. There's no point in hoarding those skill cats when you need them for your Bone King. Bone King is 100% worth skilling up. Let me just make the one thing I didn't check. Last thing. Then we're going to wrap this one up, guys. I promise. Just wanted to check his skill and make sure he has the right skill. This is the one with the defense break, right? Yep, that's the one. Okay, so that's it. So just Godfatherbrad, make sure you skill up your Bone King. He's so good. He's broken OP, especially in all this layer content. And this team that I built for you, you can use it pretty much in every single. It works in every single one. Only thing I change for Chaotic, like it works really good in Lawful. Chaotic, it's a little bit slower, so you can use Cybrus, Shadow Wolf, and Pirate in place of the Holy Swordsman. It works just as good. I show you that team all the time. And we're back, guys. I'm actually going to edit this in to the other video. Thank God I know how to edit, because Spaceballs is such an epic fail. You guys are going to laugh so hard when I tell you what I just noticed as I was ending Godfather Brad's video. I noticed, and the reason I don't notice it now, guys, is because I watched the game on BlueStacks, and I'm actually covering the screen. We actually have this on ×2 instead of ×3. So I started laughing. As you can see, my face turned all red. I was dying laughing because I am just such an epic fail. I think I clicked it. I don't think it was on the first time. I think I clicked it like when he kicked us out of the game or something. So I just started dying laughing because I'm like, wow, I just cannot not fail, and it just makes me laugh. And I hope you guys are laughing right now because I just cannot get away from it. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a couple more runs, and I'm gonna edit this into the other video because I love you guys and I love to show you guys my epic fails. I probably could have hid this and not even have said anything, but you know that Spaceballs loves to be honest and direct with you guys. So I'm definitely gonna show you guys my epic fail, and I hope it makes you smile. So we are going to talk a little bit more, so we got a little bit more to talk about. So it's an easy edit. I could just edit this right into the other video. I mean, it is ×2 instead of ×1. It's not as bad. I mean, it's a little bit faster, so you probably won't notice the difference too much, but there is a difference. There is a difference between ×2 and ×3. So I definitely want to show you at least 1 or 2 runs on ×3. Godfather Brad is probably laughing at me right now. You guys are all probably laughing at me right now. But right when I end the video too, because what happens is when I end the video, my BlueStacks opens up, and then my OBS, I move it to the side. And once I moved my OBS to the side, I could see that it was ×2 and not ×3. It really doesn't make a difference, to be honest with you, because when you're watching the video, you're not really watching it for like time reasons. You're more watching it to see the team and how the team does. But I just thought it was really funny, so I wanted to do 2 more runs with you quick, and we will edit this into the next video. But it's a great team. I've been running it before I noticed I was running it even more, and it's doing great. And it was doing great on ×2. Now we got it on ×3. Between Devilmons and Lich and Epic Fail, you guys must just crack up when you watch Spaceballs' videos. I just couldn't stop laughing. My face turned all red, like you guys were in the room with me, and I was just like, that kid in high school that was like on the stage and everybody was laughing at him because like his pants fell down, and like you made that, you didn't know what to say. You're just so embarrassed, kind of thing. But I'm not embarrassed. It's just funny. I just thought it was funny, so I really wanted to just edit it in. I didn't need to. You guys probably wouldn't have noticed, but I just thought it was kind of funny, and the team is actually a little bit faster than what you might have thought it was in the beginning. But I just couldn't stop laughing. It was just made me laugh. But it's a great team. Other than that, Godfather Brad, make sure you skill up that passive on the Bone King. You got so many skill cats that you're hoarding. Skill cats / Devilmons, whatever you want to call them. Stop hoarding them and skill up that Bone King. He is so worth it. It actually feels like it's almost taking like the same amount of time, but it's a little bit faster. It's definitely a little bit faster, but I hope you guys got a good laugh out of that. I'm going to end it with 1 more run. Just want to say a couple of things. Godfather Brad, congratulations. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for being such a stand-up, genuine guy. Everybody else, guys, thank you guys also. Everybody else that supports me. Don't think I don't appreciate you guys, because I appreciate every single one of you. Whether you supported me since day 1 or you just started supporting me yesterday, I love you just as much. Like, you guys are all amazing. I love this community. I could not have picked a better game to start with because you guys are just so great and you guys just make Spaceballs so happy. But other than that, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you're not a part of the giveaway, make sure you go down to the description and you get a part of the giveaway. Make sure you're subbed, you're liking, and you're commenting to be a part of the random giveaway. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.